All right, so the last part of this shoe design process is you're going to make a poster for your shoe. It's an advertisement, a digital advertisement. You can have the choice of doing this completely in Illustrator, or if you want to use a combination of Illustrator and Photoshop, or just Photoshop, it's completely up to you. Me personally, if I'm making a digital advertisement, I like doing it in Photoshop. It's just preference for me. So I'm going to go through how to do this. Whether you're doing it in Illustrator or Photoshop, the artboard dimensions need to be the exact same. Okay. So if you go in either or, new file, make sure that it's set to pixels. The width is 1080, the height is 1350, and the resolution is 300. Also, make sure that the color mode is set to RGB color, and then you can hit create. All right, so I'm in Photoshop. Here is my artboard. First thing I want to do is I want to bring in my shoe. So if I'm in Illustrator and I have my shoe design, I can copy, Control C, and then if I go back to Photoshop, Control V for paste, it gives me the option to paste my shoe. And I'm going to select Smart Object, paste, and there's my shoe. It's its own layer right here in my layer panel. And then I can go ahead and finish the rest of my poster. I'm going to do a very quick poster example for you guys so that you guys can get an idea of kind of what a finished product will look like. My background fill color, I'm going to sample the color of the shoe and just make it a little bit darker. I don't like that color. Let's do it again. Right there. All right, cool. I'll leave it here. I'm going to take my shoe and I'm going to rotate it sideways. I'm going to shrink it a little bit, and then I'm going to make sure that it's centered horizontally. Good. This is a custom Vans shoe. The slogan for Vans is on off the wall, so that's what I'm going to write. Off the, and then make a copy of this. And then this one will be wall. All right. Let's size this properly. Place it where I want it. I want off the to be the same width as wall. Okay. It's quick. I'm going to bring in the Vans logo. If you don't remember how to remove the background in Photoshop, quickly grab the eraser tool. You can go to Magic Eraser and then click on the white, and it'll remove the color that you selected. Change the color of this logo. I can go into my layer panel on the Vans layer, go to blending option, and then I'm going to select color overlay, and I want white. White is chosen. If I wanted to change it, I could click here and change it. All right. Vans, I'm going to also do 90 degrees, and I want to place it big. Behind the shoe. So I'm going to layer it behind the shoe. Maybe about right here. Okay. Drop it behind. And then I'm going to drop the opacity. And then to create a little bit of depth, I'm going to make a new layer behind this shoe. So if I go to the Vans in between, I have a new layer in between both. I'm going to use my brush tool, make sure that it's black. Left bracket, right bracket, make my brush bigger and smaller. And I'm going to just brush in black behind the shoe. And then I'm going to drop the opacity so it looks like a shadow. Okay. Next, I'm going to make another layer, and I'm going to create a shadow for the bottom of the shoe so that it looks like it's floating. So if I just click a couple times to make a circle, you can hold Alt and it'll drag down my circle so that it looks like a shadow. Place it under the shoe. Same thing, drop the opacity, and I can even go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, just so that it blurs a little bit. There you go. And this will be my finished poster design. You guys can add some more detail and texture into it, different wording, maybe the name of the shoe if it's like a signature shoe. Maybe I can even add some highlights to my background. So if I make a new layer and I have a brush, I can white brush. There you go. Just add a little bit of detail to it. There's your finished design. When you're done, make sure you save it as a PNG file. File, export. You can just quick export as a PNG. Name it, shoe ad, and then upload it to your Google Drive, add it to the classroom assignment, turn it in.